Watch verdict. If you've noticed watch prices climbing everywhere lately, you're not imagining it, and the reason goes way beyond simple inflation. Let's talk about what's actually happening with tariffs, and why it's permanently changing how people buy watches in 2026. Here's the short version of a genuinely wild year. Swiss watches entering the United States used to carry a stable import duty, somewhere around 6 to 7% for decades. Nobody really thought about it. Then last year, that number jumped to 10%, then spiked all the way up to 39% by August. To put that in real numbers, a steel Rolex Submariner that retailed around $10,000 was suddenly looking at closer to $14,000, just from the tariff alone. Since then, it's been a genuine rollercoaster. That 39% rate got cut down to 15% a few months later. Then a flat 10% rate took over in February. Then a court ruling shook things up again. And just this month, a new 12.5% rate landed on Swiss watches specifically, alongside dozens of other trading partners. If you're struggling to keep track of all these numbers, that's genuinely the point. The industry itself has been struggling to keep up too. So here's what this actually means if you're someone who buys watches. First, brands have already responded, and prices are not going back down. Rolex alone has raised prices 3 separate times in 2026, with gold models climbing around 9% and steel models around 5.6%. Other major names like Audemars Piguet and Tudor followed with their own increases. Industry analysts are pretty blunt about this part. Luxury goods prices almost never come back down once they've gone up, even after the tariff situation eventually stabilizes. Second, and this is the part that matters most for anyone thinking about buying, the pre-owned market has fundamentally shifted. When new watches get more expensive at retail, buyers naturally start looking at the secondary market instead, and that shift appears to be permanent, not temporary. If you've been holding off on buying new, pre-owned might genuinely be the smarter move right now, not just a fallback option. There's actually a decent silver lining buried in all of this too. Total Swiss watch exports are growing again, even after all the disruption, which tells us the industry has mostly absorbed the shock and adapted rather than collapsing under it. So if you were worried this meant a full-blown crash in the watch market, that doesn't appear to be what's happening. It's more of a permanent price reset than a collapse. So here's my honest advice if you're planning a purchase soon. Don't wait around hoping prices will drop back to where they were, because based on how this industry has historically behaved, that's not the likely outcome. If a new retail price feels out of reach, seriously consider the pre-owned market, since more buyers making that same move is exactly what's reshaping the industry right now. And if you're set on buying new, budget for the reality that whatever the sticker price says today, it's probably not going lower anytime soon. That's the real story behind why your favorite watches keep getting more expensive. If you want us to keep tracking how this plays out, subscribe, because this is exactly the kind of industry shift worth watching closely. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.